Alright guys, so let's add in our attack frames. So what we're going to do here, I'm just importing those attack frames. I've already imported two, the ninja attack up, ninja attack down. I want to import ninja attack right and left. It's actually the fifth one along down. And so I can go one, because that's all the number of images that I want, one image per row, 16 by 16, and the horizontal offset is going to be 2 actually, and the vertical offset is going to be 4. And that will grab me ninja attack, SPR ninja attack left, and I'll send to that. I'll pop that into that folder and then create a new sprite. Oops, edit, file, create from strip. It's already selected, details are set up. I'm just going to make it the next one across, so 3, and that should be ninja attack right. Vertical cell offset means 4 down, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And SPR ninja attack right, send to that. Now if we go to our object player ninja, or you might have just called yours object player, in the step event we're going to add in some extra code here. We will need to change some of our previous code so that this all works, but this is going to be fairly simple. If keyboard check pressed VK space. So if we push the spacebar, we're going to then do some other checks. If sprite index equals SPR ninja right, and I can kind of indent these, so I go if we're pushing space, then it will check if the ninja is facing right. Then we will say sprite index equals SPR ninja attack right, like that. And I'm just going to copy this code a few more times, making sure that I tab it out nicely, because otherwise it's really ugly to read. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to change these. So left, left, up, and up. No, up and up. That should be down, and then down. Okay, now if I go into my program and test this now, it's pretty small. We're going to change the size of this in a minute. If I push the space bar, you see he was facing down, so now the attack frame's there. If I'm facing the right attack frame happens, left attack frame happens, up attack frame happens. So we're going to have him throw in some little ninja stars out of here in a sec, but we do get that animation working. I do want to change this image speed to probably about 0.2. I also probably want to have an idle animation too. There's a few other things that we're going to need to change here. So what we're going to do is go into the create event and create two variables. Can move equals true, can shoot equals true. So these two variables are going to start off as true. Then in the step event, we're going to have movement, and the very first line is going to be if can move. On the next line, an open close, what are they called? Brace. I'm going to select everything below this and hit the tab key. It'll move it in, and then right at the end I'm going to put that closed brace. So what this is saying, if I can move, do all of this stuff. Otherwise, we can't. So going back to this bit of code, which at the top we will put shooting. We're going to add something here. If can shoot, and we're going to do something similar. I'm going to tab all of that in. If I can shoot, do this. However, I'm going to add an extra line here. So can move equals false. And then down the bottom here, can if keyboard check released VK space, can move equals true. Okay, so when we shoot, we're not moving anymore. We've stopped moving. When we release the spacebar, we will be able to move again. Now back in the movement bit, what we're going to do is make it so we can only move in 4 directions. And we do that quite easily by adding an else to the front of each of these, except for the first one. So what this means is if this is true, do this. And then it will ignore the rest of these. It won't even check them. But if that's not true, it'll go down and check the first else. And if that's true, it ignores the rest of these and just does that. And if that's not true, then it checks the third else. And if that's not true, it checks the last else. And if it's not true, we could add something extra in there, which we will. So we're going to take this, and we're going to put it at the bottom here. Else, just else all by itself. V speed, H speed equals 0. And we'll put that in there. Now we can test this movement out. We've made a few changes to the code. So the movement works. I can attack. I get my little attack frame happening. And it doesn't seem to stop me from moving. So let's have a look at that. Can move if keyboard check VK space, can move equals false. If I release that, can move equals true. In the movement, if can move, do, oh, okay, all right. This bit we won't be able to do. We'll take that else out of there, and we'll just put that straight back at the top, like we had, because that's going to stop us. And then if we are moving, yeah, so that was a mistake to take that out of there. We're going to put that right back at the top. And that way when we move around, if I push the space, you see it kind of, I stop until I let go of space. And then I can start moving again. And I also can't move on diagonals anymore, so that's good. Can't move on those diagonals. Awesome. The next thing we want to do is fix up that view. So we're going to go in, we'll do that in the next video. That'll be pretty short.